Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the chairman of ARD City, Syed Rehan Gillani.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. First of all, I would like to extend my gratitude and thank you to the President, 𝐂𝐴𝐚𝐲 Alumni, Dr. Fazl Iqbal, for giving me this opportunity to address such a distinguished gathering tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a historian, I'm not an economist, but I would like to give you a little brief on Pakistan's outlook today. And though I'm a developer in Pakistan, but I would like to start off with some history background and some economic indicators which are going on. Every once in a generation, history presents a nation with extraordinary opportunity. Not because everything suddenly becomes perfect, but because multiple powerful forces being movement in the same direction. When historians write about nations, they rarely focus on single event. They describe multiple forces like economic forces, demographic forces, strategic forces, diplomatic forces, infrastructure, investment, and confidence. History teaches us something remarkable, and that is great nations are not built in moments of comfort. They are built in the moments of transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell you that for many years, Pakistan was viewed through the lens of its challenges, and rightly too, economic uncertainty, high inflation, political instability, and questions about the future. Those headlines defined the conversation. But here is the interesting part. Headlines describe today and history describes tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, today another story is quietly unfolding. A story that much of the world is only beginning to recognize. Pakistan was often viewed through the prism of regional instability, and now today it is increasingly being viewed through the lens of regional stability. When tensions between the US and Iran threatened the world and it started reshaping the Middle East, Pakistan was not watching from the sidelines. It was sitting at the table, facilitating dialogues, building trust, and helping keep the channels of diplomacy open. This is not merely diplomacy, it is relevance. Relevance. And a country nestled in the diplomatic embrace of all global powers, China, Russia, and United States, nestled in the economic embrace of one of the world's largest economies, China, nestled in the geostrategic embrace of the world's most relevant neighborhood, Middle East, India, and West Asia. Pakistan is no longer just relevant, but it is central to the whole world wide. We are no longer dependent on other nations to determine relevance. It is no longer externally assigned. It is actively generated. Nations become influential not simply because of where they are located, but because of the role they play when history calls upon them. Today, Pakistan is no longer just a country located at a strategic crossroad. It is increasingly becoming a country called upon at strategic moments. At the same time, the country has also endured the hardest phase of macroeconomic adjustments. Inflation is seeing, interest rates are coming down, confidence is gradually returning, infrastructure is moving from vision to execution. This is where the story begins, and now I would like to tell you a little bit of what is happening in terms of the infrastructure development and economic activity at Lahore, Pakistan. In 2021, an authority came into existence which was known as RUDA, the Ravi Urban Development Authority. And the major mandate for RUDA was to revitalize the Ravi River and control the Lahore's urban sprawl. If you can have a look on the right screen, then RUDA master plan is being displayed, and RUDA has been given the mandate to define the land use matrix, is on a verge of being completed for phase 1, and the housing projects in there which have been allocated zones are about to begin the development. So I am here and my team is here to tell you that what are the opportunities which are upcoming in the real estate industry of Lahore and how to get engaged with it. Ladies and gentlemen, I would not like to take more time of yours. My team in this very hall is available, and there is a barcode being displayed on your tables. If you guys can scan that, you will directly access our data center and you will be eligible for a lucky draw. And all of the information is there on the ARDcity.com. And we have a booth inside the exhibition area, and anybody of you who is interested to have more information can always come to the booth and get the information from there. With this, I would again like to thank the management of the 𝐂𝐴𝐺 and for inviting me to this gathering and giving you a little brief on what is happening down there in Pakistan and how the economic outlook is being changed. Thank you very much. Sorry?
Made a video?